Hi guys, welcome to the video. I'm really excited about this one. Before we get into it, go head over to my Instagram page and drop me a follow. I've recently started doing some highlights on my page where I post every workout that I do with also my polar data and also my food and nutrition recipes that I like to do to stay lean. So if you're not already, go give me a follow on Instagram. Stick around at the end of the video. I'm going to do a new Jack Blake challenge for you all. So tag me on Instagram with your efforts. And I love you guys getting engaged and love seeing the videos, so keep them coming. Also hit that subscribe button down below if you're enjoying the YouTube videos. Last time I did a how to take a perfect free kick and you guys loved it. So today's video, we're going to do how to take the perfect penalty. I've taken a lot of penalties in my career.
Going against one of the top keepers in all of the USL, and Josh Cohen. Blake takes it to the right and just slips it past Cohen's fingers for the game's first goal in the 35th minute.
And I'm going to break it down into 5 simple steps. So I hope you enjoy the video. Here's how to take the perfect penalty. So before we get into the 5 simple steps, what I like to do when I'm practicing my penalties is use 2 poles. You guys can use anything, but it's just an object to help with aim. So this is what I do. I place one of them roughly about a yard away from the corner of the goal, because at the end of the day, the perfect penalty, no matter where the keeper dives, he's not going to be able to save it. So this is replicating me hitting it right into the corner, the keeper's diving, and this is as far as he can dive. You know, not many keepers will be able to dive past the post. And then come over to the other side and do the same thing. Now that's basically going to be my aim. We will get into aim, but we're going to start with the first simple step. So from this angle, as I'm stepping up to take the pen, you can see that's what I'm aiming for, the corners. Like I said before, the perfect pen, no matter where the keeper's going to dive, he shouldn't be able to save it. So the first simple step we're going to get into is ball placement. So here's the PK spot, and this one is good because it's very simple. It's just a dot. I've played on grounds where it's a big circle and there's a huge divot in the middle. What I like to do is to place it as far forward as possible that it's touching the white line. You know, a lot of referees, especially when the circle is very wide, the referees will have you put it in the middle. But if you can put it as far forward as possible, that way you're already close to the goal. So if you can get just an extra inch closer, then that'll make a big difference when taking a penalty. And also another thing to note is if there is a divot in the penalty spot, do not, I repeat, do not put it in the divot. Ask John Terry of the Champions League final what happens when you do that. But basically, when you put the ball down, you want to keep it on an even level, because if you put it in a divot, what that happens is when you go to kick the ball is already in a divot, so it will end up hitting the divot and put too much topspin on it, and it will make it easier for the keeper to save. So when I'm putting the ball down, very simple, as far forward as possible, and make sure there's no divots.
Blake, penalty kick for Jacksonville here in the 65th minute. Comes to it and scores. Jack Blake, number 8 on the season.
The second step is going to be the run up. So what I like to do is put my plant foot close to the ball as if I'm going to strike it, and then similar to how I did in my free kick video, a 45-degree angle. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, come to a stop here, and then I'm going to put my right foot back. The reason I put my right foot back is to give me a little bit more balance, because if I was to start my run up 2 foot and then go into it, I'm sort of off balance already. Whereas if I'm starting like this, I'm already leaning into it. The reason I do a 45-degree angle is because if I was to do a 90-degree angle, it's very difficult to get in that corner. And my run up is basically giving the keeper a clue as to what I'm going to do. So if I can keep my run up as neutral as possible and give the keeper no idea where I'm going, that's better. Just as much, if I was to go this straight, I'd find it very, very difficult to come round it and get it into that corner. It's important to note that when I'm doing my run up, it's almost like it's almost like a cheat sheet on a test for the keeper. He's looking for any sort of sign possible. What I like to do is just stare at the keeper just before I start my run up, because he's also giving me clues. And a lot of keepers will try and put you off, but what's most important is to just focus on where you're going to hit the ball.
Jack Blake gonna step to the spot. Blake calmly puts it away. Jack Blake with the goal.
So that leads me nicely into step 3. For me, this is the most important step in the whole routine. It's my mentality. You know, if I can have a strong mentality when taking a penalty, no matter how many people's in the stadium, I've taken a penalty in front of 20,000 people, I've taken a penalty in front of 100 people. It doesn't matter. If you can just focus on the ball and where you're putting it, then that's all that matters. When I was younger, I had a psychologist talk to me about penalties, and he gave me a huge great advice, which was don't focus on the keeper, because your mind doesn't understand nots or no's. So if I was to say, for example, I'm going to put it where the keeper's not going to dive, in my mind I'm already thinking about the keeper. So if I can concentrate more on I'm going to put the ball there, that would be a better mentality to have. So for me, the most important step is step 3, which is my mentality.
Jack Blake from England trying to make it 2-0, just 18 minutes in. There's the whistle. Silvestri trying to get big. Blake makes it 2-0 easy.
So step 4 is going to be my aim. It's basically going to be where I am putting the ball. So just as much as it's important not on the ball placement to put the ball in a divot, just as important for me, this zone to this zone is a complete no-no. The reason why is because when the keeper dives, this is roughly where he can reach the easiest. So you ask any keeper, the perfect shot to them is to the side and at this level. It's so easy just naturally to dive that way. So that's why I say anything from there to there, absolute no-no. So for me, the perfect penalty, there's 3 areas of the goal where you can put it that I don't think the keeper can stop. The first one is down low in the side netting, down here. Penalties that are down low are so difficult for keepers to get down to. If you can imagine being a keeper and you're up, to get down low, and especially when the ball's hit hard, it's so difficult. So that's the first one. The second one is going to be the top corner. Just as difficult as the bottom, it's very difficult for a keeper to get up high. But the top corner can be a little bit more risky. You know, you've seen penalties in tournaments where players have gone for the top corner and either hit the bar or hit it over. So I would first of all say the bottom corner is better, then secondly the top corner, but both are just as good. And then the third one, a little bit controversial, not many players do it, I like to do it sometimes, is straight down the middle, high. The reason it's not straight down the middle and low is because when a keeper dives, his feet will be able to get it. So the reason it's high is because if a keeper does dive, which very rarely does a keeper stay still on a penalty, if he does dive and it's high, there's no way that he can get it.
Are there any indicators that a goalkeeper can give you last minute where you have to do a last minute switch up? Like let's say if you were dead set on placing it in the bottom corner, what kind of indicators could the goalkeeper give you that would make you switch up your shot?
So the only indicator that I would have is when I'm doing my run up is I see the keeper move early, but then I go back to the mentality side, which is it doesn't matter where I put the ball. If I put it where I want to put it, which is either right in the bottom corner, right in the top corner, or right in the middle, like I said at the start, it doesn't matter where the keeper dives because he's not going to save it. So that goes back to the mentality part, which is I'm not worried about where the keeper's diving. You know, he may think that I'm worried about where he's going and he may try and put me off, but if my mentality is strong, that's what's going to hold me in good stead when taking a penalty and hit a perfect penalty. So they're the 3 aim targets that I'm going to aim for. Now let's hit a couple. So this one, I'm gonna go down the middle. Like I said, this is a very difficult technique because another factor when hitting it down the middle is you have to delay it a little bit. So when you're coming up to, so I've placed the ball where I want it, step back. Now on my run up, as I come to run up, I need the keeper to dive to get out the way basically. And it also gives me an idea if he doesn't dive, maybe I have to put it in a corner. But as I'm stepping up, it's just a little delay, keep looking down, and then lift it through the middle. So the fifth and final step is going to be my contact on the ball. Now, first of all, when taking a penalty, what's important is that I'm going to hit the ball hard. If I was to hit it soft, it gives the chance of keeper to get across. So the fact that I'm hitting it hard, I'm usually going to aim for around the center of the ball. Now, if I'm aiming for the bottom corner, I'm going to go a little higher than usual to keep the ball down. And when I'm aiming for the bottom corner as well, I'm also going to come over with my body to keep it down. Not too far over that it's obvious where I'm putting it, but just a little bit more over than usual. And if I'm going for the top corner, I'm aiming just a little bit lower and leaning back just a little bit, but not too far back, because like I said at the start, when going for the top corner, you can hit it over or hit the bar, and it's more risky. So some people use the technique of just smashing it with the laces. I really don't like that technique, because if you can imagine, the contact on the foot with hitting it with the laces is so narrow that when you're trying to hit it with your laces, the margin of error is so small that the slightest bit off, you can make a huge mistake. So I always like to go with the inside of my foot, mainly because I can get good power with it, but also good contact on the ball and a large margin of error.
Jack Blake gives the Armada the 1-0 lead. His third goal of the
So here we have it, Jack Blake Challenge, brand new one. Thanks to everyone that's getting involved with this, absolutely love it. Tag me in all your efforts on Instagram at jackblake_94. Also, if you've been enjoying this video, enjoyed all my videos, hit that subscribe button down below and smash the like button if you enjoyed it. So, here's what we have. Ball's gonna be on the 18. I'm gonna chip it, I'm gonna hit the crossbar, but it's not finished there. So I'm gonna hit the crossbar. The ball has to stay in the air the whole challenge, so I'm going to hit the crossbar, bounce up, and I'm going to volley it into the goal. When I volley it into the goal, it has to hit pure net, it can't bounce. So from the moment it leaves my foot to hitting the net, the ball can't touch the ground. So it's going to go off the crossbar, bounce back, I'm going to follow it in, and volley it into the net. First take, let's go. Oh. Oh no! No! I panicked. I fucking panicked. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram, use the hashtag JackBlakeChallenge. Once again, I appreciate everyone getting involved with it. That is not easy, that was not one take. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, showing you how to take the perfect penalty kick. If you have enjoyed the video, smash the like button, and if you're not subscribed, please do. It really does help me out, help this channel to grow. I've done how to take a perfect free kick, how to take a perfect penalty. If you guys have any other suggestions of how to take a perfect, of what to do, then put them in the comment section down below. Once again, appreciate all the support. I'll see you on the next one.